always subsidized by the general fund. So the thought here is to use a portion of the solid waste enterprise, solid waste reserve account to fund a portion of the solid waste expenses, which will free up monies elsewhere that have been allocated to be used for other purposes.
I guess I'm confused. I thought that from solid waste, the fees that you apply was fully funding it, and that was kind of a reserve fund to manage increased costs.
Right.
Basically. So.
What
So if you're proposing using it, sort of suggests that we need more money than we're collecting.
No, I want to pay back the general fund for the years that the general fund subsidized the solid waste account.
So what does the contract look like going forward for the next couple of years in relation to our tipping fees?
Stable.
And our anticipated costs associated?
Stable. Our cost is stable.
So if it's stable, and we're generating positive cash flow on this right now because we're increasing the reserves. That's fine, but it might be just a temporary.
Yeah, my thought is just that they use half of the amount that's in that account for subsidizing, or I call it
Just to get through this coming year.
just to get through this year, as a stopgap measure to get through this year.
Again, that,
What was the, I guess, at the close of last fiscal year, 2011, did we generate increase in revenue? Did we have a surplus at the end?
It operated at a small surplus.
So most of the money you're talking about has been there, the roughly $10,000.
Small surplus, but again, the history of that account going back 7 to 10 years is it always operated as a deficit and was always subsidized by the
No, I
general.
understand.
yeah, but
We remember
but-
that.
but we have the trash fees.
It was fully paid for out of the general fund,
Right. Right.
which is still a better deal.
Well, it is because it's tax deductible. And then we went to the stickers, and then we went to this new,
We were paying for some of it.
right, even when we had stickers, that was just, we were still subsidizing it through the operating budget.
Tough one for me. But I think, I guess I would let it go for now, but I'd like to put a red flag on it, say,
1 year. The goal was to do it for 1 year.
Was there a requested increase in there?
no,
No.
and it's not anticipated one.
No.
So. 'Cause,
No.
you know, we moved from Wheelabrator to, and then we got a reasonably, what about the J&R contract then?
I think it's in place for another 2 years.
I would expect that there's a clause in there, kicker clause for fuel costs.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
So that being the case, there's gonna be an increase in cost, just because of the fuel adjustment charge that's in the contract. So we just have to make sure
I guess
that
we.
this
for-
reserve account
I'm of
was
the
supposed to cover
opinion,
that.
Greg, I understand what you're trying to do. I could go along with flagging it for a year, but I'd like to, before we make a final decision on that, I'd like to go back and take a look at where we are today, what's going on.
And again, look at the
And then
contract,
maybe see what the contract says about fuel.
same thing with school buses and all the rest of the school department side.
Now, a lot of those contracts, it's not like they go up incrementally, there's a trigger point. And we have special item expenditures that may be removed, not yet.
Give me 1 second to catch up on that.
Yeah.
Okay. These are items that, as we went through the budget, we identified them as not long-term costs, they're temporary costs. And so these are items that are in each individual departmental budget that my thought was is that we could remove them, and since they're non-reoccurring costs, and I've actually asked the school department to do the same thing, is to go back and look at their budget, isolate costs that are non-reoccurring non-recurring that are within the budget, and look to fund those, either through free cash or other available funds. The
Top pass payment is, we had
For repayment, right?
Just the repayment,
the repayment over some of these usage.
it's in his budget.
So if we take it out,
We don't take it out, we just fund it through free cash. See, the goal of these.
oh, okay,
The
okay.
goal of these.
I understand. I
The
missed
goal of these
caption.
is to fund some of these non-reoccurring costs through one-time cash reserves. Again, we have the assessment center, which is for the hiring of the new fire chief, the paramedic school for the fire department, recruit training for the fire
Why
department.
wouldn't we pay for the paramedic school? Is our intent to fund all of that
Ambulance.
from ALS?
Balance of the ambulance, the reserve fund?
Correct, but we haven't increased our revenues to do that right now. We may have an opportunity to do so in October, but right now, we've kept our ALS revenues, our ambulance collection revenues flat, because we frankly don't know what they're gonna be.
And we haven't generated the cash yet.
We haven't generated-
We knew there was gonna be some upfront costs.
We haven't generated the cash to be able to pay for it, is the main thing.
There were gonna be some upfront costs
I
initially
understand
to
that,
ramp up
These are the upfront costs.
before you can generate the additional revenue.
Right. And we,
But we're not sending anyone to paramedic school in
Right.
this year's budget, correct, Chief?
2013?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
13.
Hopefully
No,
start.
I'm talking about the current budget.
No.
Excuse me.
FY 2012. That is correct.
Right,
Looking to start in September.
yeah, right. Of course, we've hit a wall with the ambulance, getting the ALS service going because of the drug shortage.
We are having some difficulties there.
I wasn't aware of that.
What?
I hadn't heard.
Found out yesterday.
Oh, I heard about it yesterday.
Well,
They were
it's-
working on
It's on the news,
No, yeah.
across, not only North Reading, it's across the whole state.
No, I just
Country.
didn't realize it was impacting our moving forward.
Well, shortage is one thing, but we're running into a wall with Leahy Clinic and giving us our initial narcotic drugs needed. Working diligently with Leahy Clinic, Melrose Wakefield, Winchester Hospital, Beverly Hospital, and Lawrence General Hospital. We keep running into walls, so we're doing our best to get that as soon as possible.
Okay. I suppose, on the paramedic school, we could clearly pay it out of free cash, and then if we got this thing going and it generates the revenue we expect,
and we,
we could replenish or use that money for some purpose to offset what was put in.
I think if we could make some sort of footnote so that we come back, maybe not October, but even next June, to reallocate out of the reserves if we're starting to generate additional revenues to cover those costs, to replenish the free cash so it's available for next fiscal year. That would be good.
The recruit training is police and fire,
no, fire only.
fire only,
Correct.
and this is for,
The chief?
What happened is, we had planned to send both firefighters this fiscal year. As a matter of fact, CJ Hadley, he started the academy this week. Unfortunately, Sean doesn't go until January 9th, so that's in the next budget. So we had to pull it out of this budget, and I believe the TA said that at the beginning when we talked about the budget. It needs to be put in for next year's budget after July.
okay, so there's gonna be a surplus in the budget for that.
Correct.
And that's only because there's only so many seats and you,
It's because the academy told me that
Yeah.
he needed to go in July.
yeah. I like your answer. Okay, accounting consultant, what was that about?
That's a little bit of a bird of a different feather, and I would look at it similar to the non-union merit increases. Um, This would be the portion of the vacation buybacks for our non-union employees. So, the thought would be, simply just not to fund it.
This is the annual buyback.
Right. Which means that the people who have vacation time this year typically are allowed to carry 2 weeks and buy 2 weeks. And that if we were to get notice out quickly, we would say to people, use your vacation time, you'll can carry 2 weeks, period. There's no cash value for those additional 2 weeks, because we just simply can't afford it. Question?
Sure.
Sure, I'm sorry.
The paramedic school, ALS training shift coverage, paramedic school stipend. Chief, that's all based upon what your plan was that you presented to us, the ALS
Yes.
committee?
That's correct.
I think before we settle on these numbers, ALS should get together again, and we should go through a revenue plan, because I don't know if there was an agreement as to what your proposal was and how this was going to be implemented and how many guys were gonna go and so forth. I think we have to,
Well, the plan that I presented to board on the day of the budget meeting had all that in it. That's what was presented.
Right, but
That was presented to the ALS advisory meeting that took place 2 months before that. I don't remember the date. Sarah, do you have that date?
I don't have the date.
I think it was sometime in January,
He was
but,
there.
Yeah, so.
but I think you knew going out of that meeting that there wasn't an agreement with that committee as to
I
what.
wasn't asked for an agreement. I was asked for a budget, and I presented a budget.
Right, and I think the next step, what we needed to do was go back and then look at the revenue plan.
Right.
And that's
That's what I
where we
wanna
left
see.
off. In fact,
I haven't seen anything. I don't know about the rest of the board members,
I had
but
just mentioned to Bob this evening that we're probably at a point where we should do that now before we get final numbers on the budget.
yeah. I would like to see on the agenda coming up soon, a whole presentation on ALS and where we are at, and including a revenue plan, because I don't remember I haven't seen or heard anything on ALS in a long, long time.
Okay. That being said, I'm in favor of some sort of presentation too, but whatever the numbers are going to be, I don't have a problem with
Right.
them being in here. I don't have a problem with them being here as the town administrator is presenting it, and then we'll go back and chase the dollars afterwards based upon the revenue that's
Oh,
generated.
yeah, no, I don't have a problem.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure this was based upon what his presentation was, and also to recognize that
I
we're not
think
in.
what we wanna do, Chief, is to make an estimate based on the plan we're executing, or you're executing, as to what the revenue might be. And I had actually hoped that we'd get a little ALS going before the end of the year, so that we'd have a little extra to deal with, but, that's out of your control at this point.